The Miami Dolphins keep doing little things that I ask. So I can't be too upset. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, you saw the title. You know what I'm going to talk about. The Miami Dolphins bringing back one of the guys I was really hoping they would in Tyrel Dodson. We're going to talk about that, talk about some other re-signings today. It is now officially the start of free agency. At about 4 o'clock, 3 hours ago, it was the start of free agency. So now everything becomes official, all the trades, the proposed contracts, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to talk about all that stuff on top of other things. But first, I do have to shout out today's sponsor. And that's Clean the World. I talk about them a ton. Sean Seipler, very good friend of mine, put together this company, giving people of need things that they need, whether it's bars of soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, water. He has a water foundation that also helps bring water to people. Just does so many things. Taking these bars of soap, repurposing them, giving them to third world countries, natural disaster victims, the homeless. He has gone to hundreds of different countries, has impacted millions of people. Go check him out, cleantheworld.org. Also, the Wash Foundation. That is the one that helps get people water. Go check them out and support if you can. And Sean, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. So, first thing I want to talk about, it's a real quick one. Shkaplow, that the Miami Dolphins were at the University of Georgia, where there was Malachi Starks and there were some other guys, and also there's a picture. So Mike McDaniel, Chris Greer were there, which you're like, who's doing free agency stuff? Which that is something that I'm questioning as well. They were there, and you could see right here that's Mike McDaniel talking to Jalen Walker, the linebacker. Now, him and Jahad Campbell are the top 2 linebackers in this draft, and some guys that I'm very, very interested. This is Greer, and this is Mike McDaniel, and I think this is the Falcons. Not him, the guy over here. That's the Falcons general manager. From what I'm hearing, also Anthony Weaver was there as well, which makes sense because, again, you have Malachi Starks, you have Jalen Walker, you have some other guys with potential to be drafted by the Dolphins on the defensive side. So there's that news. Then we go into this other news here. Boop. The re-signing. So the Miami Dolphins re-signed Quinton Bell, Elijah Campbell. They re-signed Jackson Carman and D. Estridge. So Jackson Carman and D. Estridge are the new ones of today. We already knew about Quinton Bell and Elijah Campbell. Jackson Carman is interesting. That's an interesting one. They might move him into guard. Was very bad against the Houston Texans at right tackle. Like, just horrid at right tackle. D. Estridge didn't do much. I'm assuming all of these are cheap options. But the one that I really want to talk about is this one. The Miami Dolphins have brought back Tyrel Dodson to a 2-year deal worth $8.25 million. It's like a $4 million deal. Let me see if it is up there on Spot Track, but it's nothing. It is absolutely nothing. And I'm very happy. I want to look up his name. I am couldn't be more happy that they brought back Tyrel Dodson. I know they wanted it. They were trying their best to go after Greenlaw. That fell through. So their next best bet was Tyrel Dodson. Now they don't have the contract details up here. It's averaging about $4.1 million a year, probably less, but we have him under contract for 2 years. It's probably a 1-year contract with an out after 2025. But I'm happy. I'm very, very, very happy that they brought him in. Now, how many times did I tell you guys, we need to re-sign Tyrel Dodson. We need to re-sign Tyrel Dodson. And then when we lost out on Greenlaw, I was like, oh, now we really need to re-sign Tyrel Dodson. Like, holy crap-oly. So that is something that definitely needed to be done and needs to be done. So I'm very happy with that. They definitely still need linebacker help. Because now they have 3 starting linebackers in Tyndall, Brooks, and Dodson. You need more than that. So other things will happen. There are still some linebackers. I made a whole list of new free agent targets that I would be looking at. I'm going to go more into detail on those probably later tonight. But linebacker wise, let me put a check mark here. We got Tyrel Dodson. Isaiah Simmons is like the only other one that I could see. CJ Mosley, literally as I'm recording this, CJ Mosley just got cut. If it's for the right price, I'm not going to say no. He still, can be somewhat help this team and give us some depth at the middle linebacker position. So CJ Mosley isn't one that I'm like, meh. I'm not going to really say no to that. But, the Dolphins are, I'm going to give a final grade probably on Monday of my, week, I'll say like week 1 free agency grade or whatever. But as of right now, it's like a C+. It's nothing crazy. There's still massive holes. We have, the safeties. If if they started the season right now, we know who the 2 starting safeties are. But again, you got Justin Simmons, you got Quandre Diggs out there. Quandre Diggs is a name I've been wanting the Dolphins to get last year. I wanted the Dolphins to sign Justin Simmons and Quandre Diggs, because I'm like, I don't trust our safeties to stay healthy, and they didn't, and they also did it. Linebacker help again. Bringing back Dotson is nice, but we need that defensive line help drastically. Barry Jackson came out with a really good article on that, so I'm gonna, we'll talk about that later tonight. So I got a lot of stuff still to talk about, and obviously, it's the start. It's not even like we're 3 days into free agency. This is the start of free agency. So kind of how the Dolphins work, and now I see how they're working because they are out traveling. After 6 o'clock-ish, they start to do their signings and stuff. So you'll definitely get a video from me later tonight, probably telling you what other news happened and all that stuff. I'm trying to check right now to see if one thing is, how long can the Falcons keep Kirk Cousins? It's as long as they want. That's crazy. They're going to pay him so much money for a backup. Craziness. But comment below. Let me know what you guys think. What you think of the re-signing of Tyrel Dodson. What do you think about all the re-signings? Today we didn't really sign anyone new, so it's nothing crazy. So be sure to comment below. I will see you guys later tonight. I don't know what time, so it might be a late night video or not. But so far, it's meh. I will say this. As of right now, I don't think we got any better. But again, free agency has literally started 3 hours ago. So let's pump the brakes until 2 weeks from now. Then I'll freak out like I did last year. But like usual, stay classy. Shout out to Sean. Let's clean the world and fins up.